So I'm planning on opening an old ArcMap document that I made a couple years back, and when I open it, I get a problem that occurs often when using old ArcMap documents. This might come up with you guys in the lab if you decide to move or change directories of your folders in your H drive. So I start up my ArcMap document, and what I see is that I don't find any of my shapefiles or geographic information anywhere. And also, here where the shapefiles are located, I see little red exclamation marks. This is occurring because the ArcMap document is not able to find the data sources. Whenever you're working an ArcMap document, it doesn't actually, when you add data, it doesn't add the data into your ArcMap document. All it adds is a link to where the data is. So you can see here, these data sets I have lost their link. So the way I'm going to fix that is that I can right click the layer, go to properties, and then click on the source tab. Here I can see where my file location was at, and it was in UGIS example exercise 1. But the problem is that I changed my drive from U to H, because I moved this from my U drive to my H drive. So the way I'm going to set the data source for that is I had to hit set data source. That's going to bring me into my ARC catalog. Then what I want to do is switch over to my H drive. I don't have my H drive mapped yet, so I'm going to connect to folder and choose my H drive. And this is going to work much like how adding data works. So you can see here when I went and brought my stuff in from H drive to from the U drive to H drive, I put it under this folder called old. So I'm going to go to this old, and then after I'm going to go into my GIS folder, and there's example 1 or exercise 1, and I'm going to choose, and this was evaporation of Travis, so I'm going to choose that shapefile there. So I had to go manually locate where the shapefile is. So then I'm going to add that, and then you'll start seeing the projected coordinate systems coming in, and whenever you hit OK, that shapefile now will show up without the red exclamation mark. So now you will just continue that through with the rest of your shapefiles. And this one's going to be under Travis, which if I look here, it said that it was this X453V2. So add. There's Travis. Okay. Counties. And then I have the Texas from the example 1 geodatabase. So you can see as I'm adding in my shapefiles, the map is coming back. Another trick you can do is that you don't always have to right click and hit properties. You can also double click the layer, and that's going to bring you straight to the source whenever this little red exclamation mark is there. So I'm just double clicking. I look at the feature class. Here it says counties under this database. Set database, there's counties. And again, as I fill everything out, my map will show back up. And this one is showing up as evaporation. There we go. So then you see my map now has showed up, and I have fixed this. So I can save this now. A way to make ArcMap documents portable between folders is going to the File Document Properties menu. Under the File Document Properties menu, you have data source options, and here you can store the link to data as a relative path name. When you store it as relative, it's going to store relative to the ArcMap document. So as you move your ArcMap document, and you just move the whole folder with it, and then you don't have to worry about those red exclamation marks coming up. So to recap, this was about what to do on the whenever you get red exclamation marks on the shapefiles layers in your table of contents. That's because your ArcMap document cannot find your data. What you need to do is link your data by right-clicking and going to Properties and looking at the Source tab, Set Data Sources.